Namaskar, I'm Sheetal Vedkar, student of ODC MBA, and I'm giving presentation for ODC Theory Paper 1. And my topic for submission is role of dance in social development. So when we talk about the topic, there are three components: dance, society, and development. Dance, as we all know, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, musical, aesthetic involvement presenting through our activity. Society is organization of people who share some interests, common interests like maybe religions, place of residence, country, language, whatever. And development is improvement of all over well-being of people and making the world better place to be. So, how does dance work in this field? So, what are the indicators of development as far as society is concerned? So, health, education, literacy, employment, gender equality, national income, income per capita, and preservation of values, cultures, and traditions in the societies. And how does dance work on this way? Definitely, physical fitness is a core part of dance. It brings muscular strength, flexibility, balance, control, and whatnot. Cardiological fitness comes through dance because we breathe rigorously or control breathing. Neurological health is improved because of dance, because dance releases the stress, it increases the happy hormones in human and develop neuro connections between other factors. Also, improvement in mental and physical stamina also comes through dance. Please. Now, how does dance work in personality development? Personality development is a thing for which people have to pay in lakhs. But in dance, it happens gradually. Eventually, it brings posture training, awareness, and gratitude towards our body, which is the first home of our soul. It brings stage confidence, power of expression, clarity of communication, physical, mental strength, patience, and tolerance. Though dance is not considered to be a main stream of education, still it works in so many aspects as education. Today, dance has secured important place in academic education, research-based education, value education. Obvious, it is a core part of dance. Cultural education, because dance is a part of culture. Religious and mythological education, which comes through the various type of ritual, religious shlokas and the literature we use for dance. Yogic education eventually happens, and aesthetic education, because dance teaches us how to appreciate beauty, how to enjoy beauty. Role of dance in social events. See, we all know without dance there can be no good vibes. So, traditional festivals are celebrated through dances. National festivals like it happens on the 26th January, 15th August, dance is a part of the main procession. Social rituals are inadequate without dance. Farming events, as we know about the folk dance culture, religious events, social gatherings are not complete without the art of dancing. And dance brings community spirit. Though everybody cannot dance, actually, these next. Still, enjoying dance, appreciating dance is also a great opportunity for the society. Economic development of individual. How does dance work on this field? There are so many job opportunities today in school and colleges as a teacher, as lecturer, freelance dance teachers. There is huge demand for this category. Professional solo performance, maybe folk, maybe classical. Professional performing groups are there to work in the field of theatre. Dancers, choreographers, co-dancers in cinemas and on theatre. Not only this, dancers generate economic opportunities for other people also. Like musicians, choreographers, musicians, makeup artists, costume artists, light technicians, photographers, videographers, and as such, dance makes employment not for the dancers but for all the related fields. How does dance work internationally also? Not only state, not only country, but internationally also. There are so many foreigners who are attracted towards Indian classical dances, or Indian goes in other countries to learn out of curiosity. So it generates the economy for the nation. Dance tourism development. We all know that tourism prefers dance to be the main part of presentation to attract the tourists. And interstate and international youth exchange program that happened through Nehru Yuva Kendra and so many associations who send the youth to know the culture of each other, in which dance is one of the important components. So as such, we can say that dance is, I mentioned vocalists, instrumentalists, the people whom dancers give the employment. Textile industry is there, tailoring business is there, makeup and cosmetic industry, photography, videography, praise, social media, sound and light technicians, video artists, printing business. So all those streams are concerned with dance to get the employment through dance. But in spite of all these things, we cannot deny that dance is yet to come to that topmost importance, significance, whether we think the faculty of medical, engineering, and the technical computer. So still people do not prefer dance to be the part of education for their children. And I think we have to work a lot on this field to make more dance appreciation in the society and make more dance awareness in the society. So this is part of. Thank you so much. Okay, up next. Please here.
महेश जी कंप्लीट हो गया?
हाँ, एक हो गया, अभी सेकंड पार्टिसिपेंट आ रहे हैं।
अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है। इस पार्टिसिपेंट का नाम क्या था?
शीतल मेटकर।
शीतल, ओके। बीपीए?
एमपीए पर्सन।
ओके,
उसमें लिखा है, डॉक्यूमेंट लिखा है।
हाँ हाँ, मैं एक पर्सनल नोट्स बना रही थी तो इसीलिए।
शीतल
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम शीतल है। बीबीए के 7th सेमेस्टर में अभी ओडिसी नृत्य की शिक्षा प्राप्त कर रही हूँ। आज के बीबीए प्रेजेंटेशन का अगला मेरा विषय है हिस्टोरिकल जर्नी ऑफ ओडिसी एंड रेफरेंसेस इन टेक्स्ट, पेंटिंग्स, स्कल्पचर्स, मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स और मॉन्यूमेंट्स। ओडिसी की हिस्टोरिकल जर्नी में, उसके प्रवास में हम शुरुआत करते हैं आर्कियोलॉजिकल एविडेंस, पुरातात्विक जो प्रमाण या साक्ष्य हमें मिलते हैं, उसकी शुरुआत हम कर सकते हैं कि 2nd सेंचुरी BCE से हमें अगर हमने स्टार्ट किया तो रानी गुंफा केव्स जो उदयगिरी ओडिशा में है, वहाँ पे हमें कुछ स्कल्पचर्स मिलते हैं। उसके अलावा हमें एक क्लियर पिक्चर मिलता है ओडिसी डांस के बारे में, जो मंचापुरी के उदयगिरी इसमें कार्व किया है, इसमें बनाया गया है। और ये खारावेला के काल के समय का बना हुआ है। ये तीनों जो यहाँ पे मैंने रेफरेंसेस डाले वो वही के हैं। तो एक इसमें आप देख सकते हैं कि कुछ नर्तकी और कुछ वादक है। और अगर इसमें जो क्लियर पिक्चर जिसमें मेंशन किया था उसमें हमें डिस्क्रिप्शन मिलता है कि जिसमें एक परफॉर्मेंस चल रहा है, डांस म्यूजिक इसका उसका वो एक उसकी वो प्रतिमा है। और फिर उसके बाद हमें इंस्क्रिप्शन मिलता है, यानी शिलालेख या अभिलेख जिसको कहते हैं, वो हमें मिलता है जैन की खारावेला। ये जो राजा थे खारावेला, जो हाथी गुम्फा उदयगिरी के भुवनेश्वर में हमें वो प्राप्त होता है। इसमें जो लिखित स्क्रिप्ट है वो प्राकृत मानी गई। और इसमें एक थ्योरी क्लास के दौरान गुरु पार्वती दीदी ने हमें बताया था कि इसमें ये मेंशन भी किया है कि इसमें गांधर्व विद्या का उल्लेख हुआ है। गांधर्व विद्या अर्थात म्यूजिक। आगे बढ़ते हुए 4th और 5th सेंचुरी पीरियड में हम आगे बढ़ते हैं तो उदयगिरी, ललितगिरी, रत्नागिरी और अलकगिरी, इनमें भी हमें कुछ रेफरेंसेस मिलते हैं। इसके अलावा जो बुद्धिस्ट आइकोनोग्राफी, जिसके देवता या देवी जो है उनकी हमें नृत्य करती हुई प्रतिमा दिखती है, जिनमें वज्रवराही, मारीची, हरुका आदि। 4th सेंचुरी में हम देख सकते हैं कि शैववाद या शैववाद का विकास होता गया, जिसके परिणाम स्वरूप वहाँ पे बहुत सारे मंदिरों का निर्माण किया गया, जिसमें अर्लिएस्ट टेम्पल्स जो है वो है भरतेश्वर, लक्ष्मणेश्वर, शत्रुघ्नेश्वर आदि, जिसमें हमें एक पैनल मिलता है जिसमें शिव और पार्वती के विवाह की वो प्रतिमा है और उनका एक जुलूस दिखाया गया है, जिसमें कुछ प्रतिमाएं हैं जो नर्तकी है, जो डांस कर रही है, कुछ म्यूजिक यानी इंस्ट्रूमेंट बजा रहे हैं। तो ऐसी प्रतिमा का हमें उल्लेख मिलता है या उसका प्रमाण मिलता है। आगे 6th और 7th सेंचुरी के और बढ़ते हुए हमें दिखता है कि इस समय से ओडिसी डांस को एक मंदिर सेवा के रूप में देखा जाने लगा। और यही वो समय था जहाँ जिसमें कलिंगा स्टाइल का जो आर्किटेक्चर होता है, जो वास्तुकला होती है, उस तरीके से उस स्ट्रक्चर से उस स्ट्रक्चर का वहाँ पे विकास होता गया, उसके अनुसार वो बनता गया। जैसे उसका एक आउटलाइन मैं बताने की कोशिश करूंगी कि उस स्ट्रक्चर में क्या क्या होता था। बड़ा देव और फिर उसके सामने जगमोहन यानी ऑडियंस हॉल, फिर नट मंडप या फिर जिसे नट मंदिर भी कहा गया जो डांस हुआ, और उसके साथ ही था भोग मंडप यानी डाइनिंग। 7th और 10th सेंचुरी की तरफ बढ़ते हुए हमें मिलता है कि परशुरामेश्वरम टेम्पल है, जिसमें हमें अधिक मात्रा में डांस के प्रतिमाएं, उसके प्रमाण मिलने लगे या फिर मिलते हैं। तो इसमें मैंने कुछ समाज करने का प्रयत्न किया है। इसमें जो ये वाला है तो इसका हमें डिस्क्रिप्शन मुझे कहीं मिला किताब में कि इसको अतिभंग के रूप में भी देखा गया, या फिर जो गोड़ीपुआ नर्तन में बंधन नृत्य जिसे कहा जाता है, तो उससे इसका संबंध हो सकता है। तो वो एक रेफरेंस मिलता है। फिर ये वाला जो इमेज है, ये वाला जो प्रतिमा है, इसमें आप देख सकते हैं जो ओडिसी के पारसी होते या भंग जिसमें होते थे ओडिसी में, अभंग त्रिभंग, तो उसका स्वरूप इसमें आपको थोड़ा सा चित्रित आपको दिख रहा होगा। नेक्स्ट आगे मुक्तेश्वर टेम्पल, इसमें भी हमें अनेक डांस स्कल्पचर्स मिलते हैं और इसके ऊपरी तरफ हमें एक स्कल्पचर मिलता है जो डांसिंग गणेश का, और उन्होंने अपने हाथ में सर्प धारण किया। उसके बाद राजा रानी टेम्पल, ये भी हमें डांस कल्चर के लिए काफी महत्वपूर्ण प्रमाण देता है। ये सारे स्कल्पचरल एविडेंस हमें भुवनेश्वर से 7, 8, 9 और 10 सेंचुरी तक हमें वो लाता है हिस्टोरिकल जर्नी में। फिर और 11वीं और 12वीं सेंचुरी से हमें देखने को मिलता है कि उड़ीसा का जो हिस्टोरिकल जर्नी वो चेंज होता गया। इसके आगे फिर हमें देखते हैं कि विष्णु को समर्पित ऐसे मंदिर बनते गए, जिसमें 11वीं सेंचुरी में हमें देखने को मिल सकता है कि वैष्णववाद का विकास होता गया, जिसमें छोड़ गंगा देव ये जो है इनके शासन में जगन्नाथ टेम्पल बनाने की शुरुआत हुई। वो सेकेंड हाफ ऑफ द 11th सेंचुरी और 12th सेंचुरी की शुरुआत का काल था। फिर एक रेफरेंस मिलता है कि अवंतवर्मन चोड़ गंगादेव इन्होंने डांसिंग गर्ल्स यानी नृत्य सेवा करने के लिए कुछ नर्तकियों को आमंत्रित किया था जगन्नाथ टेम्पल में। ये 12th सेंचुरी की बात है। और जिनको बुलाया गया था, जिन्हें महारिस भी कहा गया, और इन्हीं के कारण आगे कुछ समय तक ये ओडिसी डांस की जर्नी और समृद्ध होती है। जैसे महारी सेवा कहा गया, महारी सेवा में कुछ मुख्य या फिर 2-3 मैं उल्लेख करना चाहूंगी कि भीतरी गांवनी, बाहरी गांवनी और नक्शे। इनके अलावा अनेक ऐसे प्रकार हैं जिसमें महारी की जो जिस प्रकार से सेवा करते थे और जिस स्थान में करते थे उस वास्तु के, कि वो अगर गर्भगृह में करते थे तो उनका नाम अलग होगा और उनकी सेवाएं अलग होगी। तो इस तरह से हमें यहाँ पे रेफरेंस मिलता है। 13th सेंचुरी आगे बढ़ते तो हमें कोणार्क टेम्पल और जिसे सूर्य देव भी कहा गया, सन टेम्पल, जो नरसिंह देवा इन्होंने बनाया था, जिसमें हमें सूर्य रथ दिखता है। और इसके साथ में हमें कोणार्क टेम्पल में हमें सबसे ज्यादा एविडेंस मिलता है डांस कल्चर से। हम लोग देख सकते हैं, हमें बहुत सारी प्रतिमा और प्रमाण वहां पे देखने को मिलते हैं। और यहाँ पे कुछ प्रतिमा लाने की कोशिश की है। आप देख सकते हैं ये जो सूर्य चक्र है, इसमें भी स्कल्पचर्स हमें दिखते हैं छोटे छोटे। और ये जो है यहाँ पे आपको अलग अलग दिखेंगे, जैसे मर्दले है, वीणा है, इस तरह से। इसके बाद मैंने अभी तक आर्कियोलॉजिकल एविडेंस इसके बारे में बताने की कोशिश की। अगला है अभी मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट एविडेंस जो है। मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट एविडेंस प्रीवियसली जिसमें हमें मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स में हमें मिलता है गीत गोविंदा और डिस्कशन ऑफ अमरु शतक और उषा परिणायम। नेक्स्ट, इसके अलावा हमें अभिनय चंद्रिका जो मानेश्वर महापात्र है, इनका रेफरेंस मिलता है। कबीरा वत्स है जिनका एक उल्लेखनीय एक प्रमाण उनका लिखित या फिर उनका एक रेफरेंस मिलता है, उनके द्वारा जो कहा गया है कि जैन मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स में हमें एक जो कल्पसूत्र का है कालकाचार्य कथा, इसमें हमें एक मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट मिलता है, एक चित्र मिलता है जिसमें हमें हमारे विभंगी या चौक जो ओडिसी डांस की कुछ स्थानक है, इसके कुछ संदर्भ वहाँ पे उल्लेखित है या फिर उनमें हमें वो मिल सकते हैं। इसके बाद टेक्सचुअल एविडेंसेस, इसमें है अभिनय चंद्रिका, संगीत नारायण नृत्य कौमुदी, नाट्य मनोरमा, अभिनय दर्पण, पुरिया महाभारत सरल रास, दंडी रामायण, उपेंद्र भंजदेव, कवि सूर्य बलिदान आदि। The greatest work of Sanskrit poetry अर्थात गीत गोविंद, जयदेव गीत गोविंद, ये भी एक महत्वपूर्ण टेक्सचुअल एविडेंस है जो जगन्नाथ टेम्पल के जो समय था उसी दौरान उसकी रचना शुरुआत हुई, उसकी रचना तब की गई थी ऐसा माना है। आगे बढ़ते हुए 14th सेंचुरी में हमें दिखता है कि गोटिकुआ ट्रेडिशन जो है, इसको राजा ऑफ खुर्डा जो है, खुर्डा के जो राजा थे, इन्होंने अधिक उसको उसको सहायता की उसका विकास करने में, और जिसमें कोटिपुआ डांस, कोटिपुआ ट्रेडिशन अर्थात यंग डांसर्स में जो थे लड़के युवा, तो वो स्त्री वेश धारण करके कृष्णा प्रेम भक्ति को नृत्य के द्वारा अभिव्यक्त करते थे, और जिसे सखी भाव भी कहा गया है। इंडिपेंडेंट इंडिया यानी स्वतंत्र भारत के दौरान जब ये समय रहा कि जब देवदासी सिस्टम को उसका क्या अवनति होने लगी थी थोड़ी थोड़ी, या फिर उसको मान्यता उसकी बंद होने लगी, तो उस दौरान जहाँ जहाँ पे देवदासी ट्रेडिशन वहां पे उसकी उनको प्रैक्टिस करना शायद बंद किया, उनको मना कर दिया, लेकिन यही महारी ट्रेडिशन जो उड़ीसा में थी वहां पे इसका निषेध नहीं किया गया, लेकिन उसका जो राजाश्रय था तो वो गवर्नमेंट के पास जाने के बाद उसको राजाश्रय नहीं मिल रहा था, इसीलिए फिर महारी ट्रेडिशन की उसका महारी ट्रेडिशन वहां पे पहले की तरह और उसके बाद केशव महापात्र डॉक्टर चरणदास आदि गुरुओं ने उसका रिकंस्ट्रक्शन किया उसी डांस का, और वर्तमान में हम ओडिसी नृत्य का एक पुनः रिकंस्ट्रक्टेड स्वरूप देख पाते हैं। धन्यवाद।
Namo Namaha. My name is Adya, a student of Kalabit BBA ODC first semester. I'll be presenting vocal music project, life and contribution of Granthakaras, musicians and musicologists. You can't see her in the camera. Tansen. Tansen, birth name Ramtanu. His father Mukund Mishra was a famous poet and a wealthy person. As a child, Tansen could mimic birds and animals perfectly. A legend has it that Tansen was once imitating a tiger, and when he was spotted by Swami Haridas, who recognized his skills and accepted him as a disciple. Tansen studied music under Swami Haridas for the next 10 years of his life. Swami Haridas was an exponent of Drupad style of singing It is said that Muhammad was instrumental in Tansen learning about Sufism. Tansen was working as a singer in the court of King Ramachandra when Akbar spotted this incredible musician and he summoned Tansen in his court. He became one of the Navaratnas in Akbar's court then. The miracles of Tansen include his ability to light lamps by singing Rag Deepak and bring rain by singing Rag Megh Malhar. His compositions they are majorly based on Hindu Puranas, and he employed the Drupad style of singing. He composed several ragas, including Bhairav, Darbari Todi, Darbari Kannada, Malhar, and Rageshwari. Tansen was considered the founder of Hindustani classical music. Charandev was a 13th century Indian musicologist who authored Sangeet Ratnakar, a Sanskrit text on music and dance, which both Hindustani and Carnatic music regard as a definitive text. The text is also known as Saptadhyayam, as it is divided into 7 chapters. Charandev was born in Brahmin family of Kashmir in an era of Islamic invasion of northwest regions of India, the subcontinent, and start of Delhi Sultanate. His family migrated south and settled in the Deccan region ruled by Yadav dynasty near the Ellora Plains. He worked as an accountant with freedom to pursue his interests in music in court of King Singhana II. Charandeva presented his ideas on music and danced in 7 chapters of Sangeet Ratnakar. Also intrigued it with the philosophical contexts. He presented his ideas and nature of sound, the smallest distinct sounds that humans can hear and musical instrument can produce. Sangeet Ratnakar can be seen as the last text written without or before Persian influence. Gopal Nayak. Gopal Nayak was a musician of the Yadav period. He belonged to the generation after Sharandev. Gopal Nayak probably had his musical training in the system produced by Sharandev. He was connecting link between southern and northern systems of music. The precise dates of his birth and death are not known, but it is clear that Gopal Nayak was a court musician of Ramachandra Yadav. When Raja Ramachandra was defeated by Alauddin Khilji in his first invasion of Deccan, Gopal Nayak was arrested and taken to Delhi. He was then patronized by Alauddin as the court musician. Gopal Nayak is also proficient in playing instrumental music and dancing. He specialized in presenting Chand Prabandh forms of singing of that period. He also composed Geeti. He created the Kadam Rag and Kudukatala. Narada Muni. Next slide, please. Narada Muni, a sage famous in Hindu traditions, is a musician and storyteller, appears in a number of Hindu texts, notably Mahabharata, Ramayana, and Puranas. He is also referred to as Rishi Raja, meaning the king of all sages. He was gifted with the boon of knowledge regarding past, present, and future. He is depicted carrying a khartal and a veena and is generally regarded as one of the great masters of the ancient musical and instrumental music and instrument. Known by the name Mahathi, which he uses to accompany his singing of hymns, prayers, and mantras. Vaishnavas depict him as a pure, elevated soul who glorifies Vishnu through his devotional songs. The Narada Bhakti Sutra is attributed to him. Rabindranath Tagore. Pen name Bhanu Simha. He was a poet, novelist, dramatist, story writer, social reformer, composer, painter, educationalist, linguist, and a grammarian. He reshaped Bengali literature and music as well as Indian art in 19th century and early 20th century. Author of Gitanjali, he was a follower of Royal Asiatic Society. He was referred to as the Bard of Bengal. Rabindranath Tagore was known by Guru, Guru, Gurudev, Kavi Guru, and Vishwa Kavi. He started writing poetry at the age of 8. At the age of 16, he released his first collection of poems under the pen name Bhanu Sinha, The Sun Lion. As an exponent of the Bengal Renaissance, he advanced a vast canon that comprised paintings, sketches, texts, and some 2,000 songs. He was also the founder of Vishwa Bharati University. Gitanjali, Gora, and Khare are his best known works. His compositions were chosen by two nations as national anthems, India's Jana Gana Mana and Bangladesh's Amar Shonar Banga. The Sri Lankan national anthem was inspired by his work. Vishnu Digambar Paduskan. He was a Hindustani musician. He sang the original version of Bhajan, Raghupati Raghava Raja. He founded the Gandharva Mahavidyalaya on 5th May 1901. He is also credited with arranging India's national song, Vande Mataram, as it is heard today. Thank you.
हाँ हाँ एक बार अब नाम बोल दो कि ज्वाइन किए नाम नमस्ते मैं शीतल मेटकर एनपीए ओडिसी डांस की स्टूडेंट हूँ और प्रेजेंटेशन दे रही हूँ ओडिसी प्रैक्टिकम 1 जिसमें 3 पल्लवी अलग अलग 3 ताल और 3 राग में एक मोहना पल्लवी त्रिपटा ताल 7 मात्रा भाग 3 छंद 3 2 2 पल्लवी गाते और कुछ भी वाणी कोई पैटर्न मान छंदा आरसा ऐसे कुछ है तो एक पहले स्थाई गाना ताल में अभी वो सदमा वाला पार्ट है उसमें ताल का पार्ट भी हो जाएगा अंत से शुरू होता है अंत से ले लो ना थोड़ा 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 देर हाँ कुछ और करो कुछ और करो वो हमें नाम मेक बदल अच्छा ठीक है बोलना भी कुछ नहीं और सुनाना मैं उसको थोड़ा सा बस करके बोल सकती अच्छा बोलना के लिए ओके मेक बदल चंपा ताल 10 मात्रा भाग 4 2 3 2 3 छंद ना ना मुझे झपता चंपा ये तो झपता है ये तो हिंदुस्तानी झपता है ठीक है अभी अब गा के असल में वो जो पल्लवी कंपोज हुआ है ना वो मॉडर्न कॉम्पोजिशन नया था उसको इसी तरह सुनिए सारी बात बस लेकिन अपने पास ओबीसी में है ना जगह 10 मात्रा का है उसको चंपा बोलते हैं एक करके आती ना करके बोलते इसमें दर्शाने का हाँ ना दैट इज ओबीसी जब तक नहीं समझा लेकिन वो मेघ पद्धति है ना वो नया बना उसमें सप्ताह भी है हिंदुस्तानी ताल भी दिया है क्योंकि अभी नए काम हम लोग कर रहे हैं उसमें अलग अलग तरह का ताल सिस्टम यूज करते हैं तो इसलिए मैं नॉर्मली स्पेसिफाई करती हूँ चीजें हम लोग को एकेडमिक में आना है तो हमको हमारे ताल क्लियर करनी चाहिए सबसे पहले अपने ओडिसी ताल क्लियर ठीक है अभी आपको काफी ताल करता क्रिटिकल अगर भी है अगर भी है कुछ और इससे कोई और पैटर्न या कोई ताल का पार्ट ऐसे कुछ अच्छा अभी तीसरी कर ले शंकरावरण ताली ताली हाँ शंकरावरण करने ताली ताली मात्रा 4 ताली बीच करेंगे कुछ हाँ ठीक है, और कुछ सुनाना है? मोहना में कुछ गाना है तो सुनाओ, टाइम है ना फिर होगा, सुनाओ याद आएगा। हाँ बोलना एकदम से नहीं आया। कर लो थोड़ा सा, हाँ थोड़ा सा करके कर लो, बाकी कर लो। नहीं वो मोहना कोई और कर लेगी, कर लो, बाकी कौन सी कर सकते, फिर बाद में आप उसका नोटेशन नोट डाल करो, क्लियर कर दीजिए। अभी कुछ कर लो, एक पार्ट कर लो, हाँ ठीक है। तो वहां से सरगम जहाँ से अगर रे 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 मगर सरी मपा मपा रसानी मपा रे मगर सरी मपा मपा रसानी ऐसा हाँ तीसरी मात्रा से तीसरी, क्योंकि वो कैसे होता है, वो 2 में 5 होता है, 2 2 3 4 5 2 3 4 5 3 2, यानी एक मात्रा में 2.5, 2 मात्रा में 5, ऐसे उसका पैटर्न। रे पा मा गा रे सा रे मा पा गा रे सा रे पा मा गा रे सा रे रे सा 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 मा गा रे सा रे सा सा मा गा रे सा रे सा सा मा गा रे सा रे ठीक है, इसको करेंगे। अभी क्या है नाम बताती हूँ। नमो नमः।
मेरा नाम शीतल भांडे, मैं BPA 7 सेमेस्टर ओडिसी की विद्यार्थी हूँ। अभी प्रेजेंटेशन का विषय है सुगम संगीत, जिसमें राष्ट्रगान और राष्ट्रगीत के बारे में बताने की कोशिश करें। राष्ट्रगान गुरुदेव रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर द्वारा रचित है। उनके ये शब्द हैं और ये मूल रूप से बांग्ला में लिखी गई थी। उनके गीतांजलि रचना से इसको लिया गया है। भारत के संविधान सभा द्वारा इसका हिंदी संस्करण हमने अपनाया 24 जनवरी 1950 को। भारत का जो राष्ट्रीय गान है वो पहली बार भारतीय राष्ट्रीय कांग्रेस के वार्षिक सम्मेलन में 21 दिसंबर 1911 को गाया गया था। राष्ट्रगान हमारे संपूर्ण लोगों के लिए, देशवासियों के लिए प्रेरणा देने के लिए, उनको जागृत करने के लिए इस उद्देश्य से लिखा गया। यह उसका लघु संस्करण है जो हम सभी गाते हैं। इसका संपूर्ण संस्करण है जिसमें ये रचना और भी आगे बढ़ती है। इस राष्ट्रगान का अर्थ है, आप सभी लोगों के मस्तिष्क के शासक जी आपके साथ हैं। आप भारत के भाग्य का विधाता, भाग्य के विधाता हैं। पंजाब, सिंध, गुजरात, मराठा, द्रविड़, उड़ीसा, बंगाल, इसकी गूंज विंध्या और हिमालय की पहाड़ियों की सुनाई देती है और गंगा तथा यमुना के संगीत मिलते हैं और इसका संगीत मिलती है। इसका गुणगान भारतीय सांस्कृतिक धर्म से किया जाता है। इसके गान के शुभ नाम को सुनकर जाग जाइए, इसके आशीर्वाद प्राप्त करने की प्रार्थना करें। सभी लोगों की सुरक्षा आपके हाथों में है। आप लोगों को मंगल जीवन प्रदान करने वाले आपके भारत के भाग्य की विधाता है। आपकी जय हो, जय हो, जय। अगला विषय राष्ट्रीय गीत। भारत का राष्ट्रीय गीत वंदे मातरम, ये श्री बंकिम चंद्र चट्टोपाध्याय इनके द्वारा लिखित है। ये बांग्ला और संस्कृत मिश्रित भाषा में है, जो आनंद भट्ट रचना से यह उसका लघु संस्करण है। राष्ट्रीय गीत का हिंदी अनुवाद। मैं आपके सामने नतमस्तक होता हूँ माता, पानी से सींची फलों से भरी, दक्षिण की वायु के साथ शांत हुई, कटाई की फसलों के साथ गहरी माता। उसकी रातें चांदनी की गरिमा में प्रफुल्लित हो रही है। उसकी जमीन खिलते फूलों वाले वृक्षों से बहुत सुंदर झुकी हुई है। हंसी की मिठास, वाणी की मिठास, माता वरदान देने वाली, आनंद देने वाली।
राष्ट्रगीत और राष्ट्रगान में राष्ट्रगीत और राष्ट्रीय गीत में क्या? राष्ट्रगीत और राष्ट्रीय गीत क्या फर्क? हमने तो सिलेबस में लिखा है राष्ट्रगीत और राष्ट्रगान, लेकिन मेरे प्रेजेंटेशन में राष्ट्रीय गीत और राष्ट्रीय गान। Do you think there is difference as per grammar? राष्ट्र और राष्ट्रीय में फर्क है? क्या फर्क है? मालूम होना चाहिए, फर्क तो मालूम होना चाहिए। राष्ट्र किसको बोलेंगे, राष्ट्रीय किसको? राष्ट्र में रहने वाले राष्ट्र और राष्ट्रीय में क्या फर्क? कुछ फर्क है? फाइंड आउट एंड कम बैक इन द Because if we are saying Rashtra, we are not asking Rashtriya. So, is there a difference between them? Then the second thing is that what is the difference between Rashtrageet and Rashtriya Gan? अभी मुझे लगता है स्लाइड उल्टा तो नहीं हुआ। ठीक है, राष्ट्रगीत और राष्ट्रीय गान सही है स्लाइड। किसको राष्ट्रगीत बोलते हैं, किसको राष्ट्रगान बोलते हैं? वो गीत था, हाँ, तो गा के सुनो। गा सकते हैं, कौन से ताल राग से मैंने बोला है?
राष्ट्रगान अलीना अलग किया फिलहाल राष्ट्रीय गीत मैंने वंदे मातरम, इसको जब ऑल इंडिया रेडियो में प्रदर्शन करना था तो उसको तब रात देश में निबद्ध किया गया।
किन्होंने किया? सब काम करती है वापस। राष्ट्र ग्रामर के हिसाब से राष्ट्र और राष्ट्रीय में क्या फर्क है? कुछ फर्क है? फाइन।
Namo Namaha. My name is Adya Shinde, student of Kadavit BBA ODC Semester 1. I am presenting vocal music practical paper. I will be singing a bhajan, Vaishnava Jayantu. It is a bhajan written in 15th century by the poet Narsimha Mehta in Gujarati language. The poem or bhajan speaks about the life, ideals, and mentality of a Vaishnava Jana, a follower of Vaishnavism, or the son of Vishnu. It became popular during the lifetime of Mahatma Gandhi. The meaning of the bhajan is as only he who is the man of God who understands the pain of others, one who does good to others without letting pride enter his mind, one who finds good around the world without finding faults in anyone, who keeps his words, thoughts, and actions pure. His mother is blessed. One who sees equality and gives up grief, respects women like his mother, one who tirelessly speaks truth and does not eye else's property, one who gives up attachments, whose mind renunciates. The name of Ram is on his lips, whose pilgrimage is holy. The one who is not greedy or deceitful and is free of lust and anger. Says Narsimha, in the company of such a person, the entire family gets salvation. Vaishnava Jana to tene kahiye pida parai jane. Vaishnava Jana to tene kahiye pida parai jane. पर दुखे उपकार करे कोई मन अभिमान आने रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे। सकल लोक सहुने कर चिंता न करे वाच काच मन निश्चय राखे धन धन जननी तेरे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कही पीड़ पराई जाने रे। समदृष्टि तृष्णा त्यागी पर स्त्री मात्र जिह्वा थकी असत्य न बोले पर धन न बधारे हाथ। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कही पीड़ पराई जाने रे। मोह माया क्या दृढ़ वैराग्य जेरा मन मारे। राम नाम शु तारे लाल सकल तीरथ तेरा तन मारे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे। वर्णनो हीरे कपट रही पंच काम क्रोध निवार्या रे। हरे हर सिंहो तेनु दर्शन करता पुर एको ते काया रे। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे। Guru Charanam. It is a Guru Vandana composed by Pandit Viju Maharaj. It means, I bow my head at Guru's feet. I also bow down to Hari. The Guru is Shiva, Vishnu, and also Brahma. I show the gesture of respect by cleaning the feet of the Guru, who is embodiment of the Trimurti, Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. Let dance, music, and song be cultivated in my body and soul. Bless me with the virtues and knowledge. I will always be grateful and humble towards the Gurus. It brings me ultimate joy and pleasure to always meditate on and be grateful to Guru, the Trimurti, who blessed me with the knowledge and art, says Vijisham, the pen name of Maharaj.
Guru Charanam.
Guru Charanam Shri Shanavam Hari Charanam Shri Shajuka Guru Charanam Shri Shanavam Hari Charanam Shri Shajuka Guru Shiva, Guru Vishnu, Guru Brahma, Guru Shiva, Guru Vishnu, Guru Brahma, Trimukhi Tarata Guru Fire Paham, Trimukhi Tarata Guru Fire Paham, Guru Charana Shanava Hari Charana Shanjuka Nitya Gita Sangeeta Pasevana Nitya Gita Sangeeta Pasevana Pauna Guna Bali Bali Sama Pauna Guna Bali Bali Sama Guru Charana Shanava Hari Charana Shajuka Jnana Jnana Vijnamati Jnana Jnana Vijnamati Sada Japu Jivan Sukha Pav Sada Japu Jivan Sukha Pav Guru Charana Chanava Hari Charana Chanva Chanva Shri
on the screen share with us.
Mhm.
Will you screen share with us?
Very.
नमस्कार, मैं शीतल मेटकर MBA ओडिसी की स्टूडेंट और प्रैक्टिकल ओडिसी प्रैक्टिकम का प्रेजेंटेशन देने जा रही हूँ। एक श्लोक प्रातः स्मरामि भवभीतिहरं सुरेशं गंगाधरं वृषभवाहनम् अम्बिकेशं खड्ग त्रिशूल वरदायभय हस्तमेशं संसार रोगहरं औषधम् अद्वितीयम्।
Namo Namaha. My name is Adya, student of BPA ODC semester 1. My topic is yoga. The historical journey. Yoga is a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle to regulate the behavior of body, mind, and emotions. The word yoga means unity or oneness and is derived from the Sanskrit word yuji, which means to join. This unity or joining is described in spiritual terms as the union of the individual consciousness with the universal consciousness. References of yoga are found in scriptures and in histories that predate even Krishna and Rama and go into the earlier age, that of Satya. Who started yoga if not people? The answer is given in Tantra, which states that Shiva is the first propagator of yoga. In the yogic role, Shiva is seen as an Adi Yogi and the first guru, Adi Guru. Shiva begins his teaching of yoga when goddess Parvati asks him a question. There is a lot of suffering in the world. How can it be ended? Yoga emerged at Shiva's time to help alleviate suffering. There are three kinds of suffering. Was as means to overcome these imbalances and sufferings. Expression of human being. Shiva taught yoga also to 7 rishis, the Saptarshi, who carried the science of different parts of the world. The science of yoga was then taught orally. But then the first reference of yoga, the word yoga that we come across is in the Rigveda. However, the meaning of the word does not translate to the way we understand it today. Some examples from Rigveda are Sa Dinam Yoginam Indu, which means he promotes the yoga of thoughts. Second is the Yoge Yoge Tavastaram Vaje Vaje Avamam. In each yoga, we invoke the strong, means Indra, in each struggle. Yoga in Rigveda means the spiritual yoking, the synchronizing of the divine thoughts, speech, with the spiritual car of mind that start the spiritual journey, says Kiran Krishna. One also finds references of yoga in Bhagavad Gita of 5th century BC. The texts particularly written on the science of yoga begin from Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, 2nd century BCE to 4th century till it comes to Swatwaram, 16th century, and Heranda, 17th century. The names and terms in yoga that we know today have been introduced by these sages. In this period, the oral traditions that have continued over the ages formed into different schools of learning and teaching based on the nature and human society. The 22 Yoga Upanishads were also written from 10th century BCE to 14th century AD. Example, Yoga Chudamani Upanishad, Hamsa Upanishad, etc. Tentatively, the period between 500 BCE and 800 AD is considered as important in the history and development of yoga. Some Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Patanjali focuses on managing mind by witnessing. He writes, to manage the mind, observe the mind. He emphasizes on the aspect of drashta, observation and alertness of what is happening and management of vrittis. Patanjali, in his first 3 Yoga Sutras, defined yoga as Atha Yoganushasana. Yoga is the form of discipline. Yoga's Chitta Vritti Virodha. You will get control over the fluctuations of mind through yoga. Tadadrashtu Swarupeva Sthana. When you have managed the upheavals of mind, you shall become the observer and realize the true nature, the peaceful, harmonious, and joyous nature. Patanjali also introduced Ashtanga Yoga. The very important commentary on Yoga Sutra by Vyasa was written between 880 to 1700. This period has been recognized as the post-classical period, wherein the teachings of great acharyas, Adi Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Mahavaha Acharya were prominent. The saints like Surdas, Tulsidas, Purandaradas, Mirabai were the great contributors during this period. The Nath yogis of Hatha Yoga tradition, like the Matsyendranath, Gorakhnath, Swatvarama, Gheranda, Srinivasa, were the ones who popularized Hatha Yoga practices during the period. The period between 1700 and 1900 AD is considered as modern period in which the great Yogacharyas, Ramana Maharshi, Ramakrishna Paramhams, Yogananda, Swami Vivekananda, etc., have contributed for the development of Raj Yoga. This was the period when Vedanta, Bhakti Yoga, Natha Yoga, or Hatha Yoga flourished. Now, in the contemporary times, yoga is spread all over the world by teachings of great personalities like Swami Shivananda Saraswati, Sri T. Krishnam Acharya, Swami Kaivalyananda, Sri Aurobindo, Swami Satyananda Saraswati, and the like. Concluding, the main aim of yoga is to overcome suffering. Here, suffering means avidya, smita, raga, dvesha, dveshabhi, viveshaha, kleshaha. The ignorance, I feel, liking, disliking, and fear of death are the pains. The aim is to improve the distorted behavior and the imbalance in the humans. Self-realization or attainment of God or the truth are the recent terms where one can term God or Ishvara as klesha karma vipakasha yara vipakashaya paramrishtaha purusha visheshaha ishvara. Klesha, affections, karma vikalpa, fruits of the past acts, ashaya, the store of the traces of the past karma, aparamrishta, that is untouched, and special kind of soul, that is God. God is a special soul untouched by afflictions, actions, their traces, and their fruits. Thank you. Dance history.
Namaste. मैं शीतल मेडकर, student of MBA Odyssey. The presentation is on dance history, and the submission topic is dance history in post-medieval period in India. Next. So when we talk about the history of India in regard to any topic or any field, it can be categorized or divided into three parts broadly, that is ancient period, medieval period, and post-medieval period. Next. Post-medieval period is marked as Mughal period in India, which started by the mid of 16th century and continued till mid of 18th century. So, though it was established in 1526 exactly, but the expansion continued till 1850, and it was the long stretch of Mughal era. Next. The emperors during Mughal era are prominently marked as Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and Aurangzeb. Many of them were fond of art. Next. It can be mentioned that though the particular period was from mid of 16th to mid of 18th century, but the invasions by Muslim emperors or their army had been started long ago before the era actually started. That's why impact of Mughal era on dance is not universal everywhere. It varies from region to region and style to style. Many of the Mughal emperors had been fond of music, art, literature, architecture. Some of them can be mentioned as Barber was himself a song composer, lyricist. Akbar was a lover of music. He had Tansen and Baz Bahadur in his court. Shah Jahan also was fond of vocal and instrumental. He had also Jagannath and Janardhan Bhatta like people in his court. Aurangzeb got to be different and he banned all the cultural and artistic activities from his time. During Mughal era, traditional dance continued both in north and west side. But Kathak was new dance and it had some different impact on it. It was an art which was not pursued purely from the aesthetic point of view. It was directly and deeply impacted by the arrival of Mughals in central India. Next. The impact that Kathak got was entirely different from the other dance forms. With the arrival of Mughals, Kathak entered in the Mughal court and it was used or expected to praise the emperors. Even the inclusion of rasa or bhakti was expected to be in favor of the emperors, to praise them, to appreciate them. As such, Muslim emperors damaged the songs and dances in praise of themselves. It is Mughal period when Tawayaf culture got to be very prominent. Tawayafs were not the way as they are taken into consideration in today's world. In Mughal period, Tawayafs sang, danced, a beautiful musical genre like ghazal. But the society today looked down upon them with disgrace. But during that period, they were treated and seen with a great pride, epitome of etiquette and culture. They were highly sophisticated during the Mughal period. Before Mughals, there is no mention of Tawayaf culture in Indian history. Next. Talking about Odissi dance, long before the actual Mughal era started, we can find the records when Muslim attacked different regions, their temples, their culture. So Odissi is one of them. In 1360 to 1361, Odisha was completely culturally distorted by the Mughals. This destruction of Jagannath temple and many other temples, the defacing of statues who were in the dancing positions, and they built all the infrastructure what there was in Odisha for the sake of dance. This led to broad decline in Odissi and other religious art. But fortunately, there were some rulers in Odisha who still worked to preserve and protect this art. But during Mughal era, the temple dancers were again moved to entertain the Sultan family and the court, as we were talking about that. This ended up very admirable. एक दो स्लाइड पीछे का चलो प्लीज देखो हाँ ये लो so there are 2-3 things that I want to just comment on this thing. One is that the word Tawaif came, the word is a Persian word. So we know that culture, because the invasion happened and then that people from that culture arrived in our country. But we have to always remember that there was in our Indian society or any society in the world, any old civilization, there were always some kind of court dancers or entertainers. There were also, like wedding cards. And so that we have to remember that our society always had. In many of the Buddhist tales also we come across, even Amrapali or any other story, then we know that what is their role in the society. But then we have to also, that is what I was saying, that we had a society where there was space for everyone. So there was no discrimination about it. But we have to also see that with respect to BC history, there is a lot of reference of court dance. There is a lot of reference. So it was even in the Hindu courts that there were court dance. So as an example, when they came that the Tawaif culture must have started as an Yoga. I think what must have happened was that they were already Rajnatis. They were already, we read about Vricha Katikar, the Sanskrit play, about Vasanta Sena, who is a very famous celebrity Ganika, whom the king also is waiting, when can I get an appointment and spend some time with her. So there was also women in that stature, like today's celebrities, that you cannot just go and expect some time that they will be able to devote with you. But there were also such women, Vasanta Sena, she was so well off, but still she opted to meet Charukar and not someone from the royal family. So there are such stories in Sanskrit literature also, which is indicative that they were Ganikas. They were Ganikas and they were dancers. So when we talk about dance history, we have to keep this in mind that there were temple dancers, there were dancers who danced in theaters, like performance spaces. There were also dancers who performed in the courts, and there were also Ganikas where people could go and witness their dance. So all these, and then there were Brahmin. So ऐसे नहीं था कि एक चीज एक समय में शुरू हुआ दूसरा नहीं हुआ है, तो उसको हमको थोड़ा सा डिटेल में एग्जामिन तो करना पड़ेगा, वो बात तो है। हाँ, पर ठीक है, आपने कम से कम रेफरेंसेस तो किए हैं, so we can also understand कि आपको कौन से रेफरेंसेस में से आपको ये ऑब्जर्वेशंस करना है। ठीक है, थैंक यू।
Bhadra?
Understand. I hope my screen is visible. Is my screen visible?
हाँ visible है.
Namaste. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bhadra. I'm a Kathak diploma, second year, third semester student. My topic for presentation for the day is a report on the 14th edition of Sharangadeva Samaroha. Let me give a brief description about the festival, that is the Sharangadeva Samaroha. This year's Sharangadeva Samaroha was held on January 20, 21, 22, and 23, 2023 at Mahagami Gurukul, Aurangabad. Sharangadeva Samaroha is a mainstream dance and music festival and seminar in India and the only one in Marathwada region. The festival comprises of vibrant performances by renowned artists as well as established thinker artists with focus on Sangeet Ratnakara and other texts on Indian dance, music, and other traditions. Sharangadeva Samaroha is divided into 3 sessions, namely Sharangadev Prasang, Sharangadev Pravah, and Sharangadev Samaroh. Sharangadev Prasang is the morning session where the senior artists and scholars give lecture demonstrations and paper presentations. Sharangadeva Pravah is the afternoon session where the young researchers give short paper presentations, followed by workshops conducted by different exponents on different art fields. The evening session is the Sharangadev Samaroh, where the performances are held of artists from different fields, Gayan, Vadan, Nartan, and Natan Kala. In the slide, I've highlighted the events that were held in the 14th edition of Sharangadev Samaroha in Sharangadev Pravah, Sharangadev Prasang, and Sharangadev Samaroh. Sharangadev Prasang. On the first day of Sharangadev Samaroha, the first talk was by Sri Arjun Bharadwaj on Sangeeta Darpana of Gaurishwara. Sangeet Darpana of Gaurishwara is a special treatise on music and dance preserved by Pandit Birju Maharaj's ancestors for centuries. The critical editing, introduction, and English translation was done by Sri Arjun Bharadwaj, who was the first speaker for Sharangadev Prasang Day 1. He gave us an insight into the development of the book, the contents, and also about the family legacy of Pandit Birju Maharaj. The second talk was by Guru Parvati Datta Didi, examining Odissi Padasthiti through the lens of Sangeet Samaya Sara. Sangeet Samaya Sara describes 21 Deshi sthanakas, including standing, bending, and sitting. These sthanakas were demonstrated by the students of Guru Parvati Datta Didi. Few of the sthanakas were also used in Parvati Datta Didi's composition Tarini, which was performed on the same day of Sharangadev Samaroha. Next day, we saw the Manipuri dance lecture demonstration by Padma Shri Darshana Javeri Didi. On second day, we had a lecture demonstration of Manipuri dance by Guru Darshana Javeri ji, where she showcased different elements of Manipuri dance, the Jugal Nartan, Man Bhajan, Mridanga Vadan, etc. Followed by Kashmiri music workshop by Dr. Shabir Mir. In his talk, he gave us an insight into pre- and post-Persian period, the importance of texts like Nilmata Purana and Raja Tarangini for getting an in-depth knowledge of Kashmiri music studies. On third day, we saw the Kathak legacy of Pandit Jailal ji. The talk was by Guru Sushmita Mishra ji. Guru Sushmita Mishra ji is a prime disciple and daughter-in-law of late Pandit Jailal ji, and she gave us a lecture demonstration about the legacy of Jaipur Gharana. She was accompanied by her daughter and granddaughter Guru Kajal Mishra Roy and Trina Roy, and they showcased some of the traditional compositions of Guru Pandit Jailal ji. On the fourth day, we had a talk by Dr. Karuna Vijayendra ji. And the topic was Kalasa, a unit of Prabandha. The lecture demonstration was on decodification of ancient Muktaya unit based on medieval texts. She was accompanied by Bhuvana Guruprasad for demonstration of the choreographies. followed by Drupadangi Kathak, lecture demonstration, talk by Guru Parvati Datta Didi. Drupad is said to be the oldest surviving classical style of Hindustani music. Sharangadev Pravah. In Sharangadev Pravah, we saw various short paper presentations by young research scholars. And Sharangadev Pravah was a very insightful and learning session for people like me, the students, because we could understand the scope for research and things to keep in mind while doing research or even while presenting a paper. Sharangadev Pravah was followed by workshops by eminent scholars and artists. First, we saw Kashmiri music workshop, then Manipuri workshop by Guru Darshana Javeri ji, where she taught basic hastas, the hand movements, Bhumi Pranam, etc. The second day, we had a Kathak workshop by Guru Sushmita Mishra ji, where she taught us 2-3 compositions, traditional compositions by Pandit Jailal ji. Last day, we had a Drupadangi Kathak workshop by Guru Parvati Datta Didi, where she taught a composition on Lord Shiva, Shashadhara Tilakabal. And later, the next day, we had a Shivakalin Yuddhakala workshop. The evening session was called Sharangadev Samaroh, where we had performances of first day being Odissi by Mahagami Gurukul, Guru Parvati Datta Didi and her disciples, where she showcased Jago Nandan Nritya, then Krishna Vithi, followed by Tarini. Manipuri performance by Guru Darshana Javeri and her disciples. The next day, we had Kashmiri folk ensemble and Odissi Veena and Kathak by Guru Kajal Mishra Roy and Trina Roy. Last day, we had Nirgita, a production by Guru Parvati Datta Didi, Drupadangi Kathak by Parvati Datta Didi and her disciples, followed by Kavali. The Sharangadev Samaroh was concluded by Kavali. Sharangadev Samaroh was 4 days immersed in art and knowledge, and it was my first experience. Sharangadev Samaroh was an opportunity to learn and witness not just art, but also other values that one should possess. Being in such close proximity with the legends and scholars is truly a blessing. I thank Parvati Datta Didi for giving us students and Rasikas this opportunity to learn and grow. This is a paper, newspaper cutting that I found out. Resources, mahagami.com and Sharangadev Samaroha 2023 brochure. Thank you.